Hey, welcome back to Kid Side. So today we're going to make some simple circuits using the wires we cut from the last video, some batteries, and some small light bulbs. Right. So over here we have a circuit that's actually going through water. What we're doing is that we're electroplating nickels with pennies, and I'll have a whole video on how to do electroplating at home. So for our circuit today, what we're going to use is a small electronics kit that I bought from Amazon, and they have a lot of them. So what you do, you kind of scroll through and kind of see which one's the cheapest and just get that one, because a lot of them have the same things in them and they just like vary the price by like $10 or $15. So what we're going to use today, we have our wires, a little switch, tiny light bulbs, and then like a battery holder and a little light bulb holder. So one place you can find a battery holder, if you don't know, like you can get this from Amazon, is that like inside of like little flashlights, you will see a little battery holder inside of some of those, and some of them you can kind of pop them completely out and you get like a little holder that's inside the flashlight. So I have my batteries placed in with the positive part of the battery, which is the part with the little knob sticking out on the red, and you'll see in your battery holder that it'll be labeled just for consistency. So I pop my battery in. So the electrons, when you make your circuit, are going to go from the negative to the positive, but the current is going from positive to negative. So we're just going to connect them, and I should probably just stay here for the whole video. So with these, there's like a little screw on top, so you just kind of unscrew it and you can insert your lead, and the leads are fork like if you get the kits. And if you are doing them at home, what you're gonna do, you're gonna make like a little hook in it. So you can either hook it around in that little groove and make sure it's like kind of pulled kind of tight, and then you screw it down, or you can use the wires from the kit and just kind of like push the fork into it and then screw it down. So if you run out of wires, or your wires break, or you just lose the wires that come with the kit, then just buy some cheap bell wire from like the hardware store, and you can just like put a hook in it. So we have our wires set up, and we're just gonna screw in a light bulb. So I only have one battery, and these are 1.5 volts. I don't think my bulb went out. No. There it goes. Yeah, make sure it's really tight on there. It's a good contact. So one thing about getting the cheap kits is that they are a little bit finicky. So you just connecting the wires to the light bulb holder and connect that to the battery, and that's how you're gonna make your simple circuit. I'm gonna disconnect it. I don't want to drain the battery. And one thing with these kits too is that you need to make sure that you remove the light bulb from the holder, because the bottom of these kind of corrode. So you just want to make sure everything's kind of taken apart. So what I have here, I have 2 batteries connected with a switch in line. So you have a switch just like you have your light switch over here, you know. And you can see that it's brighter. I don't know if you can see it a little brighter, but it's brighter than the previous one, because before we only had 1 battery hooked up in the line, whereas now we have 2 batteries hooked up in line. So we have 3 volts going through, and over here we only had the 1.5. And you just use your switch and turn it off and on. So these are just the basics, so you can start doing like more extensive experiments at home. Just kind of playing around with how many batteries you can add to the lights, but you need to make sure that you don't go past like what the light bulb itself can take. So we're going to talk about that later on. And in here, let's say I don't have a light bulb holder, but I have like an old-fashioned, or just a 6-volt battery. I'm going to do here. This time I'm going to connect 2 of them. And you can see here for the 6-volt battery, I'm using like my homemade bell wire. So just the bell wire that I stripped with my wire strippers. Okay. Another thing too with the bigger batteries is getting the connection on the wire, getting the connection on the terminals. A little tricky. Yep. Make sure both light bulbs are screwed in all the way. So again, everything has to be screwed down so you can get a good metal-on-metal contact. So here you don't have, back at Walmart's or like random places in Walmart, they don't have an aisle that's just for clearance. So if you live near like a Walmart, then you could try that. Or just any kind of hardware store, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, something like that. We have a circuit that's going through an electrolyte solution. So in here it's just salt water. So it's a saturated solution of salt water, which means that I poured water into a cup and then stirred it until there no more salt can go into solution. And I just poured that into the jar here. And what's happening is that the current's going from positive to negative, and the ions are going from the positive to the negative, and it's a plating on top of our nickel that we have over here. So I lift it up, and it's in so you like they don't touch, so everything's actually kind of going through the solution. But you can see the nickel, you know, was nice and shiny at first, and now it's dark. And our penny was nice and copper, and it's kind of corroding. So if I leave it in here long enough, then you will see the inside of the penny. So this is a reason too to kind of explain why like you want to stay out of water if there's electricity involved, because the water can conduct the electricity. Alright, so that was it. I just wanted to show you how to make a simple circuit just as a basis for the rest of the electronics series that we're going to be doing. So just remember that if you don't have like specialty wire that came with your kit, then you can just get bell wire. And if you don't want to buy a kit, I'll see, I guess kind of where to buy these things individually. But most of the things that we're going to be using, like there are a lot of stuff that was in the kit. Okay, so that's it for today. I just wanted to show you how to make a simple circuit, and that's what we did. Later on we'll do more in-depth experiments on insulators, conductors, generators, electromagnets, things like that. So that's it. Bye.